Test, test, test. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Just announcing that we're live in the Discord real fast. Okay. All right. Market is open too. Yeah, I'm interested to see how Nasdaq reacts to these highs, London high and this M5 high we just hit into on Nasdaq. I'm gonna let this 5-minute candle form before I do anything. So we're gonna wait for this 5-minute candle to close. But it looks like price might want to push through. Yeah, it looks like price might want to push through here. I'm also watching to see what does Bitcoin kind of do. Bitcoin has yet to hit anything I'm looking for. Looks like Bitcoin might attack this low down here. Yeah, Bitcoin's almost that low. Right, Bitcoin hitting to that low. And Nasdaq hitting into this high over here. Again, we're in the last 2 minutes of this candle for Nasdaq and Bitcoin too. Oh wow, Bitcoin. Oh shoot. That was really fast. I thought I was gonna have more time. I'm gonna wait for this 5-minute candle on Bitcoin to close out. Same for Nasdaq. Okay, Nasdaq's look like it's giving us something potentially here. All right. Looks like Nasdaq actually might run without us. And Bitcoin, I'm glad I waited for Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, Nasdaq. Okay, I am watching Nasdaq because it is hitting into some other lows. And seeing how it reacts to these lows. Bitcoin closed through that 5-minute low, so we're going to delete that guy. I don't know if we're going to get tapped in here on this guy. I'm going to cancel. I think I'm going to cancel my order. Yeah, I'm going to cancel my order because if we get a reaction here from this low, like a massive wick like that, I technically want to go long then. Wait, Bitcoin looks like it's giving us a good reaction off London low. Same for Nasdaq here. Oh, oh. Okay, we're in on this guy. Let me set this all up. Oh my gosh. This is gotta act fast here. Bell limit 2. Okay. Limit sell 2. All right. Okay, we are in on a Nasdaq trade. Oh, and we can move stops up actually. Firm. All right. Now this is a pretty big I think we're fine. Bitcoin is diving. I think that was a pretty obvious wick here at this low, right? With a big, massive candle. If we get stopped out here, I'd be pretty surprised with the way that price reacted to this low here, giving us a massive push up and an order block. So if we get stopped out, that'd be, yeah, I think we might get stopped out here. Yep. Okay, well, I'm going to be patient here because if the fact that price came and stopped us out, that's kind of weird, honestly. Yeah, hitting that low. Not a major reaction off that low too. Huh. Okay, price is pretty choppy right now. Okay, I'm gonna wait for price to. Bitcoin still hasn't given us nothing over here. It's closing below these lows and stuff. On London low. So I'm gonna wait for Nasdaq. The fact that it swept this one way up here, these London highs and N5 highs, then started to push down, but then left a massive wick up and a big candle up, engulfing not only this bearish move, but this bearish move also. And now there's a candle going right back down. Right, we're in a choppy market at the moment. That's what that indicates for me. So I want to just kind of be patient here and wait to see what does price do. Does price come in like wick above one of these highs again or one of these lows? What does price kind of give us? If you look on the 1 minute, right, price did this, push down, made a lower low. Looks like it made just a lower high, and it's pushing down. So it looks like on the 1 minute, price is making 1 minute structure or bear structure. So maybe shorts here are what is going to play out. But the nice thing was we were able to take off some risk with this 5-minute order block. So we didn't have to hold our risk way down here where it originally was. Okay, I'm confused. I'm really confused right now. I thought we lost that trade. But right now on my top step account it says I made money. How is it saying I made money? That is so weird. How the heck does it say I made money? What the heck? I took a short, right? Or a long, right? 3. MQ 3. I went, oh my gosh, I went short. I accidentally went short on that Nasdaq position over on Top Step, and my stop loss was supposed to be my stop loss, but it was actually my TP. And so when it hit my stop loss, it hit the TP. How the heck did I do that? Well, I guess that's a good thing, I guess. Another big wick here on Nasdaq, failing to displace the downside, which makes me think that, you know, and we inverted this little fair value gap here. We inverted that little fair value gap right there. I think we might be going bullish. We'll see. What is Bitcoin doing over here? Still nothing. Actually, no fair value gap, no fair value gap, no fair value gap. Actually, there is a little fair value gap there. I don't love it. I kind of want Bitcoin to go a little lower before. Price on Nasdaq has yet to break out of the opening range also. On the 5 minute at least. The 1 minute broke out with one candle, but nothing convincing. It was to the downside, but it wasn't anything convincing. This week too has the rate cuts potentially. Wonder if we're gonna get another rate cut. Oh wow, Bitcoin's now displacing to the upside. Dang, Bitcoin never really gave me anything. I was really kind of hoping if Bitcoin was going to go down and give me something for longs, it would hit into like these lows down here at the kind of the bottom of this consolidation before we see some pushing up again. But it looks like price is oh yeah, Bitcoin's really pushing now. Dang. I don't think we're going to get a trade here opportunity on Bitcoin. And then there's Nasdaq, extremely choppy right now. I have my video editor. He's officially on editing the video that we have coming out for my Apex, the one trade pass a eval and one trade video. That video should be out. I'm hoping he can finish his duration. Says project duration could be 7 days, so I'm hoping he can finish. It might not be out until the like first week of November, but we'll see. I might take a stab here over on my tops of account going long. But Bitcoin, dang, I'm bummed. Bitcoin never really gave me an opportunity here. Just close through all these 5-minute highs. Yeah, Bitcoin looks pretty bullish. Bitcoin, I think, could attack London high today. I'm really hoping Nasdaq at this point could attack the orb high and maybe something like presents itself up there. There we go, Nasdaq. Nasdaq's starting to push up to that orb high. Oh, let me move all these guys. Okay. Let's do. Oh, I think Nasdaq's finally showing its hand. I think it's going to go long here. It's a bummer thing that it stopped us out down here on this 1-minute kill shot on this 5-minute order block. But I think it's going to break out of the orb to the upside. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the 5-minute has come down a couple times, tried to displace these lows, and every time wicks back up. right? Every time wicks back up, and now it's created 5-minute order blocks to the upside, and potentially a 5-minute fair value gap on this candle here, on this current 5-minute candle. If it closes, it might just give us a 5-minute order block or a fair value gap. Oh, nope, it just got taken away as I'm talking about it. Right. Well, I was able to take a partial TP on my top sub account here. I'll move it over here so you guys can see it because Bitcoin's not presenting. I took that on the 5-minute, right, when it had the change in state of delivery on this order block. I took a little long there. First target was top of the orb. I took off 1 contract. I took a total of 3 contracts, and then my next TP is at 2R, and then I'm gonna just hold one contract to see, do we just have like a nice move today. And I'll move my stop loss up a little bit to this low now. And I entered, the reason why I entered was on this candle here, this candle right here. Price had a 1-minute fair value gap right here. And then we had, I'll mark it out, this 1-minute fair value gap. And look at the reaction that price had out of that fair value gap. So that's why I entered the trade. So now we're almost pretty much to break even on this trade. We're pretty much to break even. We're like risking 3.25 points. I need to make $150 a day to be eligible for payout on Top Step. And I'm pretty sure that's like the rules. So I'm like $10 away. And I'm not forcing a trade just to like get that, but it's like something in my hindsight, right? I told you guys on Friday, like, pay attention to what payout rules are, right? And so I know in mine, with what I remember from Top Step, is I need to make $150 in a trading day in order to lock in those payouts. And if this 1-minute time frame breaks out of the orb, I'll move it to that 1-minute order block, and I think I'll lock in that $10 I need. Yep, sweet. So we'll hit our target for today on Top Step account. And right now we don't have anything for Nasdaq on these accounts over here. I might get stopped out over here on my Top Step just because I'm being pretty aggressive because I've hit my target, and like Top Step doesn't have consistency. All they want to see is that you're making a certain dollar amount every single day on your payouts. So for me, I'm like, hit that target and then be done, you know? And so I'm being pretty aggressive on this trade with my stop loss. Oh, shoot. Ignore that. Sorry. Keep forgetting to move these guys. Wow, Bitcoin's being pretty choppy right now. I am interested to see, okay, will Bitcoin give us a long opportunity if it comes down to this 5-minute low, right? So pushed up, broke structure, is going to come down and sweep this low and then continue upwards because Nasdaq's pushing up, right? Bitcoin pushed up, but now it's falling back down. So is Bitcoin going to come and sweep this low and then give me something to target the upside and kind of follow suit with Nasdaq? Because Nasdaq, I think, has clearly made its decision. I think we're going to go into price discovery. I mean, we're already in price discovery right now for Nasdaq, but I think we're going to push into price discovery and see. Or it also could get choppy here. There's this tiny little fair value gap on the 1 minute that price is holding. I'm like, please hold this little fair value gap. All right, I'm still watching Bitcoin over here. See what does Bitcoin give us. It's almost at low. We're going Nasdaq. Come on, push. Looks like Nasdaq's going to leave us a 5-minute fair value gap, hopefully in the next minute. All right, we've locked in just under $200 on Top Step today. We're at $196 that we'll lock in on the account, which is perfect. We've hit our target. How's it going, Alio? It's going good. We took a small loss over here on our Apex account, and then on our Top Step account we're actually green. We're about to be green about we've locked in $196 in profit today, and our goal per day is $150 in profit on our Top Step account, so we can slowly get to that payout. So yeah, our Top Step account's looking great. I trade the Top Step account a little differently than I do these Apex accounts. So on this screen that you currently see is my Apex account, and then over there is my Top Step account. All right, we got stopped out over there. We're green $196.06 on the day for Nasdaq on Top Step. All right, I'm done trading that account, and I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys the account. Oh, you can't see the P&L. How can I show you the P&L? Maybe if I do this. Nope. Maybe if I go like this, can you see that P&L? $196.06. That's how much we made today on the Top Step account. Dubs. And I'll do a Top Step update. I'm gonna be every single day I trade the Top Step. I'm gonna do daily like updates on the Top Step account of our road to a payout. Just caught a 2 RR on Bitcoin. Let's go. Yeah, Bitcoin had a good little move here. I'm kind of waiting to see, because right now Bitcoin's being pretty choppy since market open also, because right, it looked like it was going to push down here on, you know, this is market open candle. As soon as it broke this structure, I was like, oh, okay, maybe price is going to, you know, head down to Asia low, maybe even head like, you know, maybe tap into this super large fair value gap here. And then it had that big push up, breaking structure to the upside. So for me, I'm like, okay, Bitcoin's choppy, just like Nasdaq was in the beginning. So what is Bitcoin going to do here? So I'm kind of waiting for, I really want to see what it does at this M5 low here. If it fails to displace this M5 low and gives us like a obvious wick, I don't want it to be like a small wick. I want it to be like something like this, like these wicks over here on Nasdaq. I want it to be like a pretty obvious wick that potentially would give me like a flip where I can go long and see if we, you know, attack the external range liquidity above us, London high, and you know, maybe even higher, because there's all this liquidity up here. But we did just tap into a big day fair value gap. Yeah, today we tapped in that big day fair value gap. A really large one. 5 minute. Okay. Still nothing I'm really loving over here on Nasdaq. It's not a part of my model. It will actually technically it is part of one of my models, but not the one I mainly trade on these accounts. I call it the 5 minute trap, where you get these liquidity sweeps, and then you get, you know, order blocks, which you got on this one, and you got this first 5 minute fair value up here, right? One of the things you could do, wait, what happened to my, there we go. if this 5-minute candle, right, respects this 5-minute fair value gap, and say we push up, well, I have two technically models you can do here. If it respects this fair value gap, pushes up, and then gives us an order block on this bearish candle, you could enter on the order block and target higher prices. Or if you get an inverse fair value gap here, right, if price inverses this fair value gap to the downside on the 5-minute, you can do your, you can do the inverted fair value gap strap, where you get these entries and then target 1.5 or external range liquidity down here. But yeah, I think if anything, price is gonna respect this. You put, you know, stop loss would go at the order block low. You know, you could either target 2R, or you could target like 30 points. Right there. 30 points. You could even target like 25 points. So 1.32. But I'm really excited for this video that is coming out. It'll be out hopefully by next week, and it'll give you guys a clear explanation of my models that I use to pass evals, and then give you guys also my entire strategy of like position size and all that stuff on how I do my trading. So it's a really good video. I'm excited for it. Let's go. We're almost at 1,000 followers on TikTok. I need 9,000 more to be eligible for any kind of monetization. We'll get there. Bitcoin, you're getting close to my level. Come on. Dang, man, Bitcoin's. So for me, this would be like a failure to displace this high, and for me, if like for one of my models, do an inverse fair value gap strategy right here. Your first fair value gap that is formed since market open, you invert that thing, and then you can target just 1.5 standard deviation, which at current price would be like, that's not too bad. That's like 30 points almost. 24.5 points. Dang, I think Bitcoin might flip here to the upside without hitting into my level. It's inverting fair value gaps to the upside on the 1 minute, but it's not going to hit my level. I cannot take it unless it hits my level. That's like a very, very strict rule for myself. I cannot take a trade unless it hits the level I'm looking for. Would it be a bummer if I miss it? Yeah, but I would rather stick to my model than take a trade just because I don't want to miss out. I am kind of tempted to take my, I call this one, I think it's the, oh no, this is the 5-minute trap. The order blocks is the sniper's trap. Yeah, so you would put in, this is what your position would look like on Nasdaq if you were to take this model. You would take off, so if you took three contracts, you take off 2 at 1.5 standard deviation and let the last one run and see how far. I would at least target, you know, really this low. The fact that this push up failed There you go. And you just got tapped in. The thing with this model is you do tend to sometimes have drawdown, but if you get the right move, you get tapped in and then it immediately goes to 1.5. Like it was a really good strategy. Oh, Bitcoin. Bitcoin closed below my target, so I can't take it. Do you guys want my Fibonacci tool settings real fast? Because you guys, it's going to be in the video I release, but if you want it now, so you can know how to use the inverse fair value gap strategy on the 5-minute, I can give that to you guys. Let me know in the chat if you're watching right now, if you want my settings to this tool, and I can show it on the screen. But I think this one's going to work. So you're first going to target, again, 1.5. It honestly might hit in this 1 5-minute candle. You got tapped in, and then let's see. You even just got a 5-minute fair value gap. So with this strategy too, with my 5-minute fair value gap strategy, if price on the 5-minute inverts a fair value gap to the opposite direction, you would close that'd be like your soft stop loss. And then you trail your stop loss on 5-minute order blocks. I'm really interested to see if we smack 1.5 standard deviation. When we back tested this, it had like a 96% win rate. It was a pretty insane one. Your just winners were big and your losers, or your winners were not that big because you're only shooting for 1.5 standard deviation. But your losers, when you had a big losing day, sometimes they were huge because you like technically with the model you're supposed to go way up here. But for me right now, I would not. Now that I know that when I first created this model, I wasn't that good in the charts, but now I'm like, I definitely want to see price go all the way back up here. I'm not waiting for it to hit up there. Another spot you could put is like right here, but I would put it here. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay, so what would be nice here, like typically when with this model, when we take it, you would get tapped in. You'd either hit 1.5 standard deviation pretty quickly, or you would get a little candle like this, and then you get yourself that 5-minute order block, and then you could take off like a ton of risk. So hopefully, like if I was in this position, my hope would be we get a 5-minute order block right here, and then we can take off like a ton of risk. We would take off, yeah, 20-ish points of risk. Yeah, 20 points of risk. Yep, and it looks like it's going to do that. Bitcoin's still nothing for me. Let me do this. I want to change this real fast. When a chart is clicked, all charts with the layout display the same point of time. Oh yeah, let's turn this off. There, so now I can... Wait. Whatever. Oh, I see. This is... So then if this... So for me, if I was in this position, and if this 5-minute fair value gap closed through this 5-minute fair value gap, that would be a soft close, and then you'd actually try to go long. Or it might even stop you out here. How much time? 1:15. Damn. Nasdaq, why can't you hit a low or something that I could try to attack? Let's see. I'm going to remove that just so I can clearly see the charts right now. You would have gotten stopped out on that fair value gap trade. But you would get this guy. So you got stopped out on that one, and then you could go long here on this guy. Something like this. All right, there you go. Let's see. Now let's see if this long works. Looks like you just made a 5-minute higher low. You erased in one candle this entire bearish move. Inverted fair value gap. Yeah, this one will probably work. Yeah, you can target. I know. And then looks like you're getting a fair value gap right here. So if price if price gives us this fair value gap, and it came and inverted it, we would soft close this position if it were in play. Yeah, this looks Got displacement on the 1 minute outside of the opening range. Yeah. Oh. All right. There we go. There we go. Nasdaq hit that 1.5. This actually would have been the best setup for this inverse fair value gap trade. Would have actually been this guy right here. This guy right there. And it would have hit. So reason why this one's really good, this candle, this 9:35 a.m. candle. So if you're looking at your Nasdaq chart and you see a 9:35 a.m. candle, it inverted this fair value gap to the left. Okay. Inverted that fair value gap to the left, but then also gave us a good liquidity sweep. And then you target 1.5 standard deviation. Would have hit your standard deviation. And then you would have been able to, you know, move it to the order block here. And then this order block here. So you'd been basically at break even right now and keep pushing up. So if you tie in confluence, actually no, you would have closed on this one because it inverted a fair value up. So yeah. I think this one, because the market has already kind of shown its hand that it's bullish, I think this one should hit 1.5 standard deviation. This one, you're trying to catch that flip, right? It's a little bit more risky and less likely to happen because, right, price closed above this high with this candle here, this 10 a.m. candle. Instead of like wicking, it closed above. And so this one's a less probable candle. And that's something you need to understand when you're trading. Like, how can I spot things on the chart that make my trade or my setup, you know, less probable to play out? Well, it should hit 1.5. Actually, this one wouldn't have worked out because you would have trailed with the order block just like we did, and you would have gotten stopped out. So actually, this one wouldn't have worked out. So you would have actually taken 1, 2, and then this one will hopefully be your winner for the day. Your 3. It wouldn't make you green for the day, but maybe. It depends on how far the next, if we can target this 2R up here, because that'd be 60 points, and that would get you green for the day. Yeah, look. Okay, it's hitting 1.5. About it. Still nothing on Bitcoin. Bitcoin still is looking bearish to me. Hasn't hit into like giving me any big wicks to play off of or anything like that. So Bitcoin, I'm still waiting. Cha-ching. Come on, Nas Daddy. Yeah, in hindsight, this would be actually, this fair value gap would be one to ignore in my opinion. Because price closed above these highs. Yeah, price closed above these highs, came down. This would be the one that we're currently like testing. Would be the one I'd want to be in. Because you make a higher low, pushing up. You're now breaking structure to the upside. This would be the one I'd want to be in. So you definitely would have taken this loss. And this one would have actually probably locked you in for a green day. Let's see. 27.75 points. If you took this guy over here, you would have risked, let's see. You would have risked 17.5. Yeah, you would actually be green for the day if you hit this TP. If you're able to hit the TP up here. Turn on my little heater real fast. There you go. Look, boom. There you go. Just hit 1.5 on this one. Now can we hit? So now you're green for the day. Now can you hit 2R? I'd also want to move my stops to break even on this. So now we hit the 1.5, right? Stops are now to break even, which is right at this like 1 minute displacement. Perfect. Yeah. Stops to be at break even. So now if this trade came back down, you know, you're not losing money on it. I want to see the payout requirements for Top Step real fast. See if I have it proper. See if I know if I remember it correct. Payout information. So Top Step payout policy. Express funded accounts. Earn payouts while you learn and prove you're ready for the markets. A winning day equals $150 in profit or more. Eligible for payouts after 5 winning days. Okay. And then pay yourself 50% of your balance up to $5,000 per payout. Okay. So we need 5 winning days of $550 or more. And then we can take 50% of our profits in the account. And winning days do not need to be consecutive days. After taking a payout, a trader must complete 5 additional winning trading days from the date. Okay, so you could even have a losing day in there that might take away from your profits, but as long as you have 5 winning days of $150 or more, you can then take a payout. As long as your losers don't wipe out your profits. Okay, I'm right. Okay, perfect. And then how much money is $150 times 5? $750. Oh. All right, once we get $1,000 in buffer in the Top Step account, we'll up our contract size to 4. Actually, $500. $500 a buffer. Let's see. I have a scaling plan here. Where is my... MNQ 3. Okay, no. We need $1,000 in buffer. Okay. Yeah. All right. Once we get $1,000 in buffer, we can up our contract size to 4. I kind of don't like that. I think I'm gonna change it to 500. Doesn't make sense. 1,500. There we go. Perfect. I have a scaling model or a scaling plan that I've created. There we go. Perfect. All right, and then 5,000. Oh no. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, still nothing on Bitcoin. Still nothing on Bitcoin I like. This would be a low if it fails to displace that low down there. It gives me an obvious wick. I would shoot for that potential long off this low here if it decided to. So you're still in this Nasdaq trade, this fair value inverse fair value gap one. See if it gives us an order block here, or would it stop us out at break even? Looks like we might get stopped out here on this trade. This pretend trade. This paper trade. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because there's that 5 minute fair value. That 5 minute fair value up below us. Like, if it's gonna push up, it probably is gonna test that before it pushes. So, I'm not surprised I would get stopped out here. But at least we're able to, you know, lock in the fake profit of the 1.5. Five-minute trigger, that's what it's called. Inverse fair value gap one is the 5-minute trigger. Sniper's trap is the liquidity sweep, and then you wait for a change in state of delivery after it. Or you can be aggressive with like the first bullish candle, things like that. That first 1 minute kill shot, you would have just finally hit the 2R spot. That would have been a stressful trade if we were in it the whole way. A very stressful trade. Either way, we would have lost this 1 minute kill shot. Either way, because this order block. Oh wait, no, it never got subbed out. So if we didn't move it to this one, yeah, no, I guess it would have worked. Whatever. Okay, this one would have just gone stopped out. This paper trade. Oh, it would have worked. All right, chat. I think I'm gonna call this stream. I gotta make some other content for the day, and really, I don't see Nasdaq would have to come down to here, you know, to potentially give me a trade. I'm still gonna watch it, and maybe if it wanted to give me a short, maybe up to there. If it decided to like give me a pretty obvious wick off this high here to then target these lows. But I got to make some other content. I'm going to make the live day trading recap of like this trade. Oh, wait, no. I got to wait for the day to be over kind of before I make my live trading recap. But I got to make some other content. And so I'm going to start doing some of my other work and just watching it. But really, Nasdaq, I'm not really eager to take a trade right now. until I see something pretty obvious. And then same for Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I would want to see it, you know, come either to like, say, this high right here and give me some kind of obvious wick, or these lows down here, or even this high too. If it gave me something really obvious, like a really obvious wick off these highs here, I would potentially take a short off of this high too. But still nothing for me on Bitcoin. I'm still being patient here. I don't see anything I love, and we'll see what we can catch on Bitcoin, if we can even catch a trade today. I would love to. I would love to be able to catch a good winner today, because I think if we catch a winner, we'll be back in the green, over 5K in the account. And I would love to do that. So, all right. So I hope you guys kind of understand my game plan. So if you're off stream and you're still trying to catch something, what I'm trying to wait for, and yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys for watching and hanging out with me. I hope this is helpful. Please, if there's some video you want me to create that teaches you something, or teaches you one of the concepts I talk about in the stream that maybe you're like, what the heck is he saying? I don't know what that is. Let me know. I will literally make that video. I've had people reach out to me and say, I don't know what this is you said. I don't know what that is you said. And that's why I'll make certain videos, because people will literally just ask me to, like, I don't know what this is. And so I'll make a video on it. So if any of you have something like that, comment on one of the videos I create. Tell me to make a video that you want of X, Y, and Z, whatever it is. And if I know how to do it, and if I understand the concept, I will make that video for you. And if I don't, I'll let you know, or I'll try to do some research on it and figure it out and see if it's something worth explaining and like sharing with you guys. So, all right, everyone. Thank you again so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at tomorrow morning stream.